So I'm going to show you how to edit the podcast for what I'm looking for. So the videos will be recorded on Instagram. They're required to be downloaded from there first. I use something called Downloadagram, and then I convert the audio onto a file and send it into my Mac. If you don't know how to do that, you need to figure out which works on whatever computer or system you're on. So you would download, you just go into here. I will tell you what post it is. You just copy the link, and that allows you to download the video here, and then you can sort the audio from there. Now, what comes after that is I have got the audio file here. So it is. So this is the main audio file. This will be Tim G. That was the podcast that I had recorded. So that's the main audio file. That's the actual podcast itself. Then there is going to be, I will put these in a Google Drive though, so you won't need to look through all of this. There will be podcast pre-intro. So podcast pre-intro. We'll be putting that there. And then there will also be, again, these will be in the drive. So let's go to podcast. There will also be intro. Fitness on files intro. Let's just put that in there. And there will also be outro, which obviously goes right at the end. So let's zoom out here. I will be moving the outro up to here. The podcast intro, you need to shorten this down so that it just leaves the last part in there. Then that will be getting inserted in here. This will of course move along. Now this part here, the main audio file, so you do your pre-intro first.
Before we get into today's
Then it's the normal intro.
podcast, here is 2 ways that I can help you out completely.
Then it's the main file. So what you will need to do is figure out when the podcast actually starts in this. So I will generally be talking. It will probably be a little bit in.
Looking a little bit better over here at the minute. I'm from Northern Ireland, hold my breath.
So you will have to listen out for when I introduce the podcast. I will say, welcome to the Fitness for 95ers podcast. I'm Andrew Marsham, and this is when I'm going to start.
The wind and rain, but
And then that will just give you somewhere to start the audio.
for this, I always enjoy jumping on other pod.
But today, mate,
Very,
a very special guest. That is
So listen for it here.
Sorry for yourself.
yeah, cool. Work away.
Hello and welcome back to
So this is then the starting point when I say hello and welcome back. So then the audio just gets cut up until that point.
another episode.
And that is it. You just obviously drag this along.
With my
Go for an iPad. I go for water. I think water's pretty. I'm big on my hydration. I think water, and in the desert. Exactly, look. Exactly. And in the desert, even more important. And number 3, probably a tent. I'd probably say a tent. I wouldn't want to be getting all sandstormed up in here,
podcast and don't know who you are, don't know what you do.
The fitness industry now for probably about 7 or 8 years. Just turned 26 a couple of days ago, actually. And currently going over the hill. I'm not at the top yet, but I'm nearly there. But no, I went to...
And you would just edit all of this to make sure it's good at the start. And then drag this also all along as well.
When I was like 12, 13.
And that is it to start.
It wasn't really from...